Brad, it's Halo Reach.
It's September.
Yes. So naturally, Halo is here. This is here in the building. It'll be out around the world in a couple of days here.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take you through some of the different modes that you can find in Bungie's latest.
All right.
Let's just start with the campaign mode. Since the game's not out yet, it might be a little dicey getting some of the multiplayer stuff going, but we'll definitely give it a shot. Load up this map.
The campaign is always there for you.
Yes, the campaign is ready for it. We're just gonna play on normal.
Okay.
Just in the interest of getting through and showing some terrain. But I could go in and
look at them skulls.
Skulls.
Cowbell. Are these all the same skulls you would have seen in ODST and Halo 3? Or
these are pretty much the classic Halo skulls.
They haven't come up with a lot of new ones.
Yeah, no, you can double their health and send them up class and change do the dialogue thing.
Sure. They still have the confetti explosion one.
Yep. Grunt birthday.
All right. Then we're good to go.
Yep. As soon as this map finishes loading up, that is. Let's turn on scoring.
All right, sure.
Try to turn on scoring.
Why not?
Turn on gold skulls for bonus multipliers. So, it's a lot of the same features that you expect, coming out of Halo 3 and Halo ODST.
Yeah.
It's very configurable, but the good news is matchmaking crosses a lot of different modes now. You can now play firefight with random people as well as campaign co-op.
Dude, that sounds like the best thing in this game.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it was the big problem with ODST with firefight was you had to rope in friends, and I didn't have a ton of friends playing Halo. So,
team. We're looking at a down relay outpost.
Once I was done reviewing the game with people who were also reviewing the game and playing firefight, it was like, okay, well, probably not going to do that ever again. And I probably did it once or twice more. So this is basically the first mission. You play as Noble 6, and he joins up with Noble Team,
Sixth
member.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of Spartan dudes going out to see what the hell's going on. They've
on Reach, the planet Reach.
Yeah, we're on the
That's where
planet
we're
Reach.
at,
Yeah.
So this is the very beginning of the game.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's stay focused. Watch your sectors.
There's the communications outpost.
The Reach is like
they kind of blink some of the points in the world and stuff,
That's cool.
and we're actually going to show the how they decide if you want normal or inverted thing. It's just hey, look at that! Hey, look at that! What do you think? Yes.
Check it out.
Sure. So Reach is like the kind of R&D world, right? It's like the planet where they do all their weapons development and testing.
I'm not super 100% clear on the fiction. That's my understanding of it, and I think that's kind of how they're getting away with there being things in this game that you don't see in other Halo games, because this actually takes place before the first Halo.
Yeah, we're in full-on prequel mode here.
Yeah,
right?
so
Team, spread out. Watch the approach.
so we've got our Halo guns. Like the multiplayer beta, you remember that you had different armor power-ups, different items you can collect. Right now I have sprint,
Right.
so I can hit the left bumper and start hauling ass down here.
You cannot shoot while doing it.
That's right. It does drain, so I have to wait. You can kind of see it down there empty and recharging, but now it's back. Now it's more running.
And they've got, what else is there? Invisibility, jetpacks.
Armor lock,
Yeah, yeah.
drop shield.
I can see armor lock being real nice during the campaign. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you play. For me, I wanted to get from place to place as quickly as possible. So for me, it was all sprint all the time, except in spots where they made the jetpack an option, which were spots where there's basically a spot where you totally need the jetpack.
Noble 3, can you confirm any...
And you pick those up as items? Those are almost like power-ups?
Yeah, they're items that you pick up and kind of hold down to swap, you were picking up guns, basically.
So it's not like a mission loadout kind of thing.
Right. Though,
All right, Noble.
when missions start, I think you always do go back to sprint when you're changing missions. So we're basically investigating. This is bad stuff has happened here. We don't really know why. There's some rebel forces out here, but no one really expects that the Covenant is involved, and it should come as no surprise to anyone that the Covenant is involved.
Also, space ostriches.
Yeah, those are some space ostriches back there.
Have you ever
Probably
eaten ostrich?
I've never eaten ostrich, to my knowledge.
It's surprisingly good.
Hop down here. take a look down here. These little, wind things.
Yeah,
It's-
all right.
I will say, I mean, Halo Reach is a great looking game.
Yeah,
like they've really,
I think especially on the environmental art side, they've really
they've
stepped up their
definitely
game.
found some. There's some great environments. I totally just fell. I totally just fell and died because I didn't walk in that house because I'm too busy talking about how cool this game looks. Look at that rock. It's beautiful, right? That's all we wanted to show.
What have you done? You're just showing off the checkpoints.
Yeah. So.
Generous checkpointing.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I like any game. There's going to be a lot of checkpoints that are totally fine, and then a few where you're like, dude, what?
I've had this problem occasionally. Whoa.
Armors.
On here.
Rebels.
This is kind of cool. I mean, this is not something
Farmers. Look at them.
that you've seen a lot in the other Halo games, like civilians walking around and sort of slower-paced, dramatic cutscenes.
Yeah.
That's neat.
So they're talking a different language. And George over here is translating. You see, he's a larger dude that just walks around with a friggin' turret.
Are all
Got a meal
these
here.
Dude, these
This
guys
is
are all
our
Spartans.
kind of crazy shotgun dude. Yeah, these are all Spartans.
Spartan.
So we're a team of Spartans. Again, I don't want to get into the fiction of Spartan 2s, Spartan 3s,
fine.
and all that stuff. It's just not.
Osman's on that. Getting?
It's just not something that I stay up on, and really not something that's terribly relevant
Oh,
to
that's
the
fine.
game.
That's fine.
So we're going through some tutorial stuff here. I mean, obviously they're saying like, hey, don't forget you can run for this part here. But we're gonna get some combat going pretty soon here.
Shoot some stuff.
So Kat, she's the lady. She does some intelligence stuff and computer hacking stuff. And
Oh man.
these guys came up very, very short.
Yikes.
Looks like
bad
they were
day for them.
interrogating.
And Carter here is he's the leader of Noble Team.
I love the names of the Spartans. George.
Yeah.
Watch your motion trackers.
That dot is red.
Just makes you wonder if at any point,
anything?
Negative.
it,
Clean.
I guess that it did happen in Halo 3 a little bit here and there, where they just started calling Master Chief John,
John,
right?
Cortana, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so going ahead.
Where did that red dot go?
Which red dot?
There was a red dot.
Oh, yeah, that's where they're worried because the motion sensors are going off. That thing. But out here,
Oh, hey.
yo, what?
Whoa. I know what that is.
Here we go.
But do these guys, is this supposed to be sort of like,
This is like,
First
oh
contact with the
snap, the
Covenant?
Covenant is on Reach.
Or do they already
They
know?
already know what the Covenant is.
Okay.
At this point, they're not nice dudes.
Sure.
As far as aliens go.
Right. Are they ever?
They're just misunderstood, man.
No good alien, but a dead alien.
That's right.
Wow. All right. Yeah. There's. Holy shit. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was his backpack went off.
Yeah.
And I'm just playing with reckless abandon because this is normal. And as you can see, since we're doing just like custom game campaign stuff with scoring on, I'm earning medals and earning a score as we go here.
Noble leader, enemy dropships inbound.
Now, do you know if you played campaign co-op here, would your buddies that are playing take the places of some of those other guys on Noble Team, or are you just adding that many more?
You're
Spartans?
adding dudes, I think.
Okay.
This is how it goes.
And everybody's bringing
Need
their
to
custom.
check out a few different sequences before the review goes up
Yeah.
to make sure on that, but yeah.
But everybody is bringing their custom Noble 6 in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the whole big thing is you're buying all this armor and these helmet upgrades and stuff that are just cosmetic. So you're kind of designing your own Noble 6 over the course of the game. And he shows up in cutscenes and everything. Like your custom dude shows up all throughout the single player, all throughout every mode. In multiplayer modes, you can't opt to play as an elite. And we do have you don't customize the elite armor piece by piece. You just kind of unlock additional elite types.
Okay.
So you might have seen there, my shield was down, and at that point your health is in danger, which is
Right.
the blocks below that shield meter, top center.
And no more recharging health in this, right?
Right. Well, it'll recharge to some extent, So if
Okay.
I just take a little bit of health damage, like 2 or 3 blocks off of there, that stuff will regenerate and recharge. So it's only when you start taking some way more serious damage that
Boss, I'm
that you start having to go find health kits, and those are found on walls and stuff. A lot like ODST.
Yeah.
You'll find health packs around. We'll run through here. Just totally get behind this waterfall, which that is.
Because you have to.
I
right?
always check behind
Yeah.
waterfalls in games.
That's the obvious place to put something.
But there was nothing back there as far as I can tell. I don't know that there are skulls hidden in these levels or any kind of stuff like that to find or not. There could be, but it definitely, at this time, I don't really know.
Doesn't look as though there are any achievements tied to skulls like
Right.
that, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So see, my shields are all the way down. See, I've taken a couple points of damage there, 2 points, but it's still yellow. So you see, it's going to rebuild there. So not permanent health damage in that case. But if you take too much more than that, then you really start losing it, and it stays gone.
Kind of nice to be fighting elites again.
To the northeast.
It's been a little while, huh?
Yeah, it's been like, what, 2 games ago? Right?
Yeah.
Wasn't Halo 2 was the last time they were a major antagonist?
Yeah, before realize they are our friends.
Over.
If there are some good aliens. Yeah, Halo 3, I remember being just kind of like all brutes all the time.
Yeah.
Shotgun. Stay mobile.
So
That is not a warthog.
it's not, but with the ability, he's gonna make it one.
It might as well be.
Yeah.
Kind of like a proto warthog. I'm sure it drives the same.
It totally does.
Yeah.
So same deal. Looking with the right stick,
Yeah.
using the left stick to go.
Space combat in this game.
Yeah. I mean
did
that E3 trailer
Yeah.
totally, or I guess not trailer. They showed it at the press conference, right?
Right.
They totally showed some space combat. It is not a long sequence, I will say. I mean, we could totally load it up and show it. I just don't. I feel like at some point we are spoiling something, right?
Sure.
So I don't want to get too deep into the campaign and talk too much about why some stuff is happening. So I rolled this thing, and he's get in, on. There we go. I gotta find a way out of here. Sorry, getting ahead of myself.
Does it feel consistent in length to the other Halo games?
It does. Yeah, this is. Yeah, I mean, I will say that all this stuff is very well done. Like this is. It's very well made. I think the missions are pretty fun. The story comes together. The characters are fine. But it's not like a particularly surprising game.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know, this is Bungie doing. This is Bungie sending off the series in style. I
Right,
think.
right.
You know, they're
really just
they're
kinda
not
doing what
reinventing
they-
it.
yeah,
They're
doing
saying
what
like
they do
here,
best.
if this is going to be our last Halo game, we're going to give you as much of that Halo as we can,
Right.
and build out the feature set in the smart ways that you would expect.
Yeah, sure.
So like adding matchmaking, I'm totally lost. I'm sorry. Like building out matchmaking and Forge mode has been expanded. There's a whole map called Forge World that is kind of in there specifically for you to come up with your own stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say this about the matchmaking and stuff earlier, but like just top to bottom, they have got Halo down to a science at this point, right?
I think so. Yeah.
They-
I mean,
it's-
I'm sure if you ask them, they would say actually it was really hard to do
Oh yeah,
this,
not,
this, and
certainly,
this. It's
certainly not to trivialize all the work they did.
Yeah,
but,
it's this game doesn't feel like it was designed on autopilot. I'll
Right.
say, it's
Covenant forces, the Covenant is on reach. I repeat, the Covenant is on reach.
so we're picking up a radio transmission from some missing soldiers here, and we're gonna have to go try and find these dudes.
Recalling Falcon Charlie 2. Hold that evac position.
Well, they've got that, what I think is a pretty great tagline, the whole, like, what is it, from the beginning, the end stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, did that detract from your enjoyment of the story at all, like knowing how eventually it was more or less going to play out?
no, because I mean, it's.
Or is there anything surprising about it, I guess, the story?
I kind of don't want to say.
Yeah, okay.
It's.
Yo, dude, is that Master Chief in here?
Global
Okay,
leaders,
never mind.
be advised. I have
Yeah, maybe better not to give too much of that away.
Yeah, yeah. So
Clear an LZ.
Spartans. Corporal Travis, sir. 3 Charlie.
Let's get you out of here.
So that just happened. They just fly down. And it's kind of cool. These dropships do just like swing out, just like come up at you in a really crazy way. Whoa, whoa! And then they're gone later.
Yeah,
I don't remember them being quite that nimble
Right.
in the other Halo games.
that
Seemed like they
aggressive.
were, yeah.
Well, I mean, we are looking at kind of full-scale global invasion here, right?
Right. This
Like,
is
they are
this is a full-on invasion force.
having a new business.
You know, I mean, and you know, we know from the books a lot of things about the specifics of what happens to the planet on a macro scale,
Right.
let's say. But you know, these characters are not necessarily from the book, and in learning about what happens to the Noble team in that kind of micro scale, I think is where the value is. You know, so the story is important and interesting as a result. It's not the sort of thing where you're like, oh well, you know, everyone's going to explode and you know all these guys are going to make it and this person's going to live and this person's going to not live. You know, they don't. It's not telegraphed quite as much.
Okay.
And this is I don't know, like those guys were. It's probably just a factor of me driving around getting lost and stuff and taking a little too long to get there, but like every other time I've played this mission, which has been about 4 times, those guys have been holed up in a very specific building that is not right here. So that's kind of dynamic. There's some stuff in the campaign that is a little more dynamic than some of the other Halo games. There's a really kind of open area flying mission, and there's another spot where they kind of just give you free reign to. Oh, and this is the wrong. Get the right button. This is the wrong dropship. Right? Where am I going?
There's also a dropship.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Let me get in.
I'm trying to leave you.
Sorry. Yeah. What were we talking about?
Sandwiches.
I could get a sandwich.
Yeah, let's get some sandwiches.
Oh yeah, there's another mission where you can, like basically you're given 2 objectives and you do them in whichever order you like. So it's like, oh, what do you want to do? You want to do this or this? Let's go.
Okay.
No, I've heard that I've heard some like kind of the scale of the action maybe is a little more grandiose in parts of this game than.
Not necessarily from a gameplay perspective, but,
Yeah, but
I
just
think
in
the
terms of,
events of the game feel
Right.
a lot larger. You're
Right,
you're seeing this Covenant invasion force, and you know you're meeting it with an equal response. So there's definitely sequences in the campaign where there's just like a whole lot of warthogs, and you're like, oh my god, like all these dudes are fighting, and you feel like your actions are really part of a larger battle in some sense. But as this team of Spartans, you know, you're being sent in to do very surgical, messed up things
Right.
that you know, regular ass humans would just get ripped apart doing. So yeah, we get our kind of pretty looking flyover of stuff. And, oh, by the way, some bad things happening down here.
Approaching the comm outpost.
Drop us in the courtyard.
LZ's a little hot, sir.
Put her down, pilot.
Does the game all kind of cover like one period of time? Like there aren't any major breaks in the story? It's all
Yeah,
just,
this
like,
is
your journey.
you know, this is just the events of this. You know, I couldn't tell you how long it is. But
Yeah, sure.
It seems like it's maybe about 2 days or 3 days or something like that. It's not some protracted conflict. So at this point back here, Cat's trying to hack this door and get it shut. But we are currently being hit hard. No, not especially hard. Again, this is normal. So I'm running out here and just doing best. So look at this thing come in. Just whoosh. So like, oh, by the way, dropping dudes.
I think you were saying earlier that you would recommend, as would Bungie, that people who know how to play shooters should probably play above normal.
Yeah. They recommend heroic for people that have, you know, played Halo before
Right.
or you know, are familiar with shooters, and that's the kind of you play video games difficulty setting. Here on normal, I mean, you look at what I'm doing here. I'm just out here, just rifle butting these guys and just openly taking advantage of them.
That ain't how you play Halo.
Yeah. But again, he wanted to just show the game in kind of a quick way. You see, also I'm earning credits down there in the
Yeah.
lower left as I'm getting kills.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of the unlock stuff.
Yeah,
Once
sure.
you-
There's
once
some
you
stuff
hit
in
a
there.
Once you hit a natural stopping point here.
Yeah, there's some stuff in there. You know, so a lot of it is you're buying armor for your Noble 6, but you can also buy voices for your Noble 6, which are used in firefight mode.
Okay.
So, you know, by default, he talks like he talks in the single player, or she. You can actually get the lady.
Everybody inside. Go, go,
All right, that's the. Gotta fall back because it's too hot out here. I mean, it's not really, but you know. Actually, my shield's not down. I should probably stop bragging about it. So again, taking 2 bars of damage like that of health damage will regenerate.
So big.
And then your shields.
All right.
We're operational.
But these are health kits. You know, you get over them and hold down X to pick them up, or sometimes they're on walls and stuff.
I note that they say H. They don't have a big red cross
Yeah,
symbol on them.
exactly.
That was the weirdest thing playing Doom 2 XBLA.
Oh, as they changed.
I
the
got
metal
I
stacks.
got probably halfway through the game before it registered with me that they had taken the red crosses off the health kits.
Yeah.
Red cross.
Copyrighted.
Yeah, defending that copyright.
Number 6, search that running.
All right, so let's stop here.
All right.
You'll get some story stuff right here, and you know, kind of, it'll pick up from there.
A lot of good cutscenes, or is it more in mission kind of stuff?
Yeah, there are cutscenes.
Yeah.
They are in engine because again, like they have to show your
Right.
Noble 6. So as a result, you know, they're doing a lot of in engine stuff that looks nice. You know, it is a good looking game. Definitely some spots, particularly in the cutscenes, where you notice some frame rate drops.
Yeah, I saw a couple in that mission there.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. Yeah, it's not completely stable all the time, but generally speaking, looks fine. Yeah, let's go into the armory and look at some of the armor that we can get.
Let us suit up.
And I think it'll probably actually give us credits at this point. Will there be a credit tally screen? But I think they had credits in the beta, right? You saw what that stuff looked like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess we have seen
Okay,
some
so
of
yeah,
that.
so for the time I spent playing and commendations for getting, you know, badges and such, that's how many points I got, and we can kind of go in and
Points.
see, you know,
Well, that's cool.
the different guys that I killed. And we can exit and go into the menu here, and we can get right into the armory. So here's my dude.
It's a pretty scrappy looking dude you got there.
Yeah, I've bought, you know, I played through the game on normal at this point, and actually lost a lot of credits because those were offline credits, and on, you know, you take it online. There's some stuff they're
There's an
doing there.
adjustment that happens.
Yeah, so you start out with this base helmet, and then you can go buy, upgrade. So you kind of have to buy them in order. So you can't buy this one unless you have this one. And that's how all the helmets work. You've got some. This is the one I'm currently equipped with right here, but you know, I can go to that piece if I wanted to. Could go buy an ODST helmet, and so you buy the base helmet, and then you can buy that upgrade, and then that upgrade, and so on. You know, so they've got you know,
Weird.
that thing.
It's all kind of stormtrooper looking.
No upgrades for that. Yeah, the EOD helmet was in Halo 3. I think
Okay.
it was, yeah. So, and
Whoa.
this obviously was as well. They start to get more expensive. On top of that, you have to reach certain ranks to purchase some stuff. So they have prerequisites in place for a lot of that. So this one's like 0 credits, but it's unlocked via waypoint. So they actually have some waypoint hooks in there. That's stuff I don't think is up yet, but eventually it'll probably take your Halo career into account and the different stuff that you've done with regards to earning achievements in other Halo games will probably total out and let you get these last couple of helmets here if you want them. You can customize the shoulders individually as before. You know, a few different types of shoulders and chests, and then, you know, they're cosmetic differences, and you know, they're not always huge. You know, it's like, really, how much time does someone have to look at your wrist piece, or you know, your
Cod piece.
your utility thing? And
Yeah.
visor color is a pretty cool one, I'll say. I will eventually buy the black visor.
And those are applicable across all helmets.
Yeah, Armor effect is kind of a weird one. So when you die, you'll explode in confetti. I
Weird.
guess this stuff's really expensive. So
Or hearts.
or hearts will fly out.
And those.
This just makes it so like bugs fly all around you all the time. I guess.
Wow.
Or if you
That's
want to be
kinda
a
cool.
little electric.
But
I
I assume these all work in multiplayer. So
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
even when you die, there's like a sign of prestige there.
And then
That's
there's
kinda cool.
firefight voice. So you can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't worry. I got you Model 3. Sure get issued a nice set of armor.
Looking for some advice, Six? What's on your mind?
Trust me, payback's a bitch.
Got something you want to tell me? I'm with you, Six. What's the arm, isn't it?
This exceeds expectations. Detecting increased
This is the AI lady that kind of talks to you. There's a few more. There's a few more
Yeah.
in there as well.
All right.
And as before, you can customize your armor color and all that stuff and your emblem. I've been using this emblem for the last couple of games.
Is that a cowboy hat?
It's a unicorn with a cowboy hat.
All
yeah.
right.
That's
I can support that choice.
Yeah. Challenges. They're gonna have challenges that they'll be able to update. Daily challenges, they say, and
This is how we do.
yeah.
There's an achievement for doing all the daily challenges in one day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that
so-
seem like a gargantuan task to you? I haven't.
Well,
looked at these
let's look at
myself,
what
but-
these are. So get 75 kills in multiplayer matchmaking. Like
Okay.
that's
Well, that's doable.
kill
but,
100
you know,
enemies in
it's-
firefight matchmaking.
Okay.
Heroic or harder, 10 multi kills. Again in matchmaking.
Yeah.
So it's all matchmaking. Get an assassination. So that's when
Okay.
you hold down the melee button, which you can be killed while you're killing someone. So a hit from behind kills a guy anyway.
Right.
Doing anything more is just showing off. And complete 9 campaign missions
Wow.
on heroic.
That's a large chunk of Halo to be done in one day.
It is. Though I guess I should say I have done that before in previous Halo games.
I believe that.
So what do you got? Anything you want to see? I mean, we can try out matchmaking, see if we can find a game.
Yeah. Any and all multiplayer.
Okay,
hit,
let's.
I guess.
So we can go into the playlists here, and it'll actually tell us exactly how many players are in each one, which is nice. So Team Slayer seems to be the one that's got the most action right now. Again, game is fully not out yet.
Yep.
So let's.
In fact, they just switched on matchmaking this morning.
Yeah, yeah.
As of this recording.
Right. So, and they say I don't know if this is the stat reset or not. They said they were going to reset all credits and everything prior to launch. So there is a potential that I will lose the helmet stuff that I've purchased and all that.
That reset has
Next
not
week.
happened since the review event that you played through the game.
I do not know,
or-
but
okay.
at that event, it was all offline play.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so when we're finding these matches, we can vote. How about we play regular Slayer on Asylum?
That works. Is that that's not a map that was in the beta, right? I don't remember Asylum.
I don't believe so.
right,
I think
cool.
Asylum is one of the Forge World maps.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Maybe we can blast through this and then check out the Forge World stuff real quick.
Yeah. Jump into Forge and
Drop a bunch of warthogs all over
yeah.
the place.
This guy's name is Diarrhea Bullets.
That's man. Ugh. Not.
And legalize the Kush. Great.
Of course.
Perfect.
That's a new one. Man, it's kind of crazy to think that this is the last Bungie Halo game.
Yeah.
Just sort of kind of crept up on us. All of a sudden, like a week or two ago, we were like, oh crap.
Yeah,
Halo's almost
definitely. It's one of those things where September hits and you're like, oh, right, that means there will be games again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like surprising to like, oh, wait, I have to go play Halo. Oh man,
Yeah.
really cool.
But yeah, just it's kind of the end of an era.
It's
For those
definitely
guys.
the end of an era. I mean,
It's
you
like
know,
a
this
10-year run they had with this thing.
is the series that made Bungie huge.
Yeah.
You know, made them world-class, gigantic, beloved developers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that it's really exciting for me. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but it seems to be trying to doing some host migration or something. See if it'll, again, like game's not out yet, and the matchmaking they did say would be shaky today because they're probably doing their final tests and doing a lot of stuff. So
Not representative of final game. Let's say.
let's select sprint because I like running. I still like to run.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right.
Okay. So I am red.
Wow,
here.
that guy was booking.
Yeah. So yeah, when you sprint, you move. All right. Oh, we got behind here. Here.
Oh, you killed that dude.
That dude's dead, and
no.
I decided to run
Yeah.
into a wall, thinking that maybe I could fit through that little crevice, but I could not. Played some Crazy King on this map before. It's as advertised. Crazy.
Pretty crazy. Oh,
Oh no! I got
armor locking. Oh. Legalized the Kush, getting a little devious
That's
over
right.
there.
Oh, but he dropped grenades as I was killing him, so he killed me from the grave. He legalized the Kush from the grave. Oh.
Oh, I
Hey,
saw
hi.
a sword down there.
that's where-
Or
What?
was that a... Aha. Yeah.
All right. Hey, friend. Ugh.
Oh, no. What in the world? Explain that to me.
So it was not one hit center mass.
No, apparently not.
The reticle did not turn red at any point, so
thought it did.
I did not. It didn't look like I had the lock on
that's a
sword
shame.
kill.
You only get the one-hit kill with the lock on. Or was it ever a one-hit kill? I can't.
Oh, man, that was not quite. So I'm trying to get an assassination. And I
Oh.
like totally was holding down the melee button, thinking that I was lined up, but apparently I was not quite lined up behind that guy to do it.
What you get for trying to show off?
Oh, so there's a little 575 on Gunslinger. So when, as
cool.
you're completing challenges, it's actually
Oh, nice.
like
Okay.
letting you know or where you're at with that stuff. That's cool. Whoop. And of course, I mean, like custom game just seems like so much fun, and the variants and stuff that you can play outside of these playlists, and setting up just all swords and weird stuff like that. I mean, it's so configurable, and
Yeah, it seems
and the
kinda
game
endless.
is even more configurable than it has been in the past,
Right.
and that stuff's that's great. I wish that if anything, I wish that there was a way to do matchmaking with more of that stuff,
Right.
and all that. And of course, they're creating a lot of variety in the playlist themselves. Like right now, when you're voting on what you're going to play next in the playlist, it'll come up with like Slayer with only DMRs and
Right.
all that sort of stuff. Oh,
I remember some of the ridiculous stuff that came out of Halo 3, like the rocket race and...
yeah. So race is like a full-on supported game type in this game.
Huh.
Yeah. So you're just like getting on your mongoose and driving it around through checkpoints and stuff. Like they support a lot of really crazy stuff, so it's nice. It's definitely, if you think about it in the terms of Bungie's probably not going to have another game out for a while.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like they really made a Halo game for the ages here. Like, this is kind of a complete package if Halo is what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, like strictly talking about the quality of the campaign and stuff, like it's. I liked a lot of the stuff from ODST. I felt like there was just a little more. They changed it up a little more.
Yeah, it's weird
what
that-
was going on in that game. So this just is just.
It's a straight Halo game.
They made a Halo game,
Yeah.
and it's really solid, but it's you've kind of done a lot of this stuff before.
Right. I really liked the sort of nonlinear storytelling in ODST and the kind of quasi-open world thing they had going on.
Yeah, it was the open world stuff. I mean, it definitely like just changed the feel.
It made it feel kind of fresh, But I'm totally on board for like a good
probably
epic
should've hit that
storyline
guy.
here, and
Yeah, the story's pretty good. There's definitely, I mean, there's some parts in this game that I did not think were particularly great, and I think it could have used a little more variety in some spots. But do I get him? Oh no, huh? I'll just kill him that way then, huh? Take that, diarrhea bullets.
ugh.
And Maybe this would be a good map for the jetpack.
I bet it would.
That sword back? Is that in here? That guy jetpacking. The other problem, you know, the jetpack is really good at setting you up to get killed because it's not a particularly fast-moving.
No, it's so floaty. You get that kind of
Yeah.
like rapid deceleration as you get to your apex. Not the most maneuverable of
Right.
jetpacks.
That guy just fell off the side, huh? All right.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
So yeah, you know, he's just up there asking to get killed.
Yeah, totally, totally. I think you guys are about to put an end to this,
Yeah,
if I had to guess.
got on a good team this time.
And I'm afraid to play this online now when I get home. This is the worst thing to complain about. I shouldn't even say that, but like if they're going to reset all the credits and stuff at some point this weekend.
Man, I got an assist.
So that, I mean, that would be weird. I mean, it's not like they're going to do that after the game is fully out. They'll never reset that stuff. This is just a one-time thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. I imagine it's just, you know, them saying, oh, some people got the game early in some pretty nefarious ways. We don't want them to. We don't want them to be able to benefit from that, so we're resetting all the stats.
That was a real shame.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
You know,
no, I'm
I
certainly not
understand
faulting them.
Yeah.
I just wonder if at some point, like if we're playing the campaign this weekend, at some point, halfway through the game, our Noble 6 just reverts to the default because we like lose all our unlocks or something.
Right.
That would be a little weird. All right, Forge World. I want to see what.
Yeah, all
is
right,
up
yeah.
with that.
Let's get into Forge real quick.
Like what makes it a world of forging?
Well, Forge World is just a map.
Okay,
It's
it's
a
not a-
map in
it's
the
not a-
game. It's not a mode.
it's not a mode,
It's a good map
okay.
to play Forge. It's a good map for use with the Forge.
Got it.
Because you can go. Oh, it says we're playing Matchmaking. You see the slot machine there, so I'm getting a little extra credits from that stuff. Let's drop out here. Forge. Yeah, basic editing. So Forge World is, as they say, blank canvas, and they've got a few different built-in map types here that look pretty different. I mean, Forge World is let's just get in there. Get in there and see it empty and see the whole map and see how large it is, and drop some stuff.
Let's do it. You get a Warthog gun?
A gun that shoots warthogs?
Yes.
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
No, it's you know, much like Forge has been in the past. They're not letting you shape walls for the most part. There's definitely like structural stuff you can do, especially in Forge World. Because it is so blank. So, push up on the D-pad and
I can fly him.
then hit the left trigger and kind of fly out and see. Well, that's not.
Now that is a jetpack.
So we've got this big empty room to work with.
IDSPISPOPD.
Right. So we can go in here and drop down weapons. You know, everything's got a dollar.
Sure.
It's just kind of how they say, you know, there's only so many objects that can go into a level
Right.
before you, you know, you're putting too much stuff in, so to negatively impact the game. So you drop down different stuff like that. So gadgets like explosives. So we can just get a fusion coil here and then go to object options and set the spawn time down real low. And we can go into advanced and say place and start true. Maximum, this game, yeah, we want the game to have at least 7 of these at a time, let's say, but no more than 14. Let's not be crazy. So we can use the bumpers to go up and down, and drop the object, it'll fall and blow up.
All right.
believe if I'm doing that right, it should respawn. Let's drop back into us mode.
Suicide.
Okay, so it just didn't blow up all the way, I guess. Is that what we did there?
Dude, I don't know.
Okay, so there's also this whole big outside area.
Okay.
So they're basically like different chunks of land that you can kind of create different maps on,
Huh.
depending on where you put your spawns. So if you put all your spawn points out here, you get this kind of island arena.
Very tiny island arena. Oh, geez, yeah, this is a pretty sizable map. Huh.
Yeah,
All over
they've
the
just
place here.
created these, you know.
Little pockets of. I never played, or I never even messed around really with Forge before. I just kind of played the game as it was.
Yeah.
Do people treat Forge as kind of like a serious place to have like Slayer matches and stuff, or are people just dicking around and throwing things? To
Well,
each
the whole
other
thing is you're creating multiplayer maps. You're placing
Right.
objects. Ideally, you're supposed to be like, oh, I think the weapons should be here.
Okay, well,
and
yeah,
I think
so
this should be here.
I mean, so that's what I'm asking, I guess. Do people make serious maps and play them?
Yes.
Okay. It's not so much a Gary's Mod style of just
Right,
getting in here
yeah,
and acting
yeah.
stupid. Okay.
Yeah. So they've got, you know, a good large area for you to just kind of go around and turn into whatever different multiplayer map you want. Parts of some of these maps, some of this world may look familiar to you.
Perhaps.
In that you could use it to create old Halo maps.
Could you put a ball pit down there, maybe?
I don't know if I could I don't think I could put a ball pit down there.
About a
but
moon bounce?
I could put
You got-
cannon man,
Okay. That's close.
so we can set a gravity lift
That's not quite as good as the moon bounce, but
right here.
It's pretty close.
Is that on the ground or is that no? That's not on the ground. So let's grab that again. Get down here.
It's a pretty meticulous process, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like I
yeah. I
never-
mean, you know, in order to give you the options that they give you, they kind of have to take it seriously
Yeah,
like
sure.
that, you know. So let's take another fusion coil here
Oh, man.
and set our object options. I think this was how I was doing it before. Set the spawn time real low, so that they kind of just keep coming. Right? And drop object. So it's going to get picked up, and nothing's going to happen.
All right. Well, exciting.
Object options, advanced. Spawn time low. All right. So is that the object that will explode when dropped? Maybe this just is not. If I start the reaction myself.
Oh. That was quite exploding.
Oh, is it just spawning with a bunch of them
Oh,
right there?
weird.
And
Yeah,
that's-
yeah. Man, keep going. That's kind of weird.
I'm currently out of ammo.
Oh, man.
Anyway, that's you know, one of the side benefits of Forge World is creating weird exploding situations, which is fun. But primarily, yeah, it's there, you know, for you to lay down actual structure, scenery,
Camping stool.
barricade here. Camping stool there.
Sure, why not? That's a crappy camping stool.
I would not want to go camping. Oh wait, what do I gotta do? Place object. Sandbags, street cones,
Crates, the ever important crates.
structure,
Okay.
bridges and platforms. So, you know, it's like
Oh, man,
we're,
geez, all right. There's a pretty healthy offering of stuff here.
yeah. So, you know, at some point you can create whole levels just out of bridges and stuff like that high above the ground here in Forge World.
Hey, what's that? Wow. Okay.
In case you were wondering,
Yeah.
Forge World is on a Halo.
All right. Good to know.
You know, the multiplayer is non-canon.
All right.
So
Don't take that to mean anything.
right. Yeah. So yeah, you can take all these different structures and place them all around and place them up high enough to where if you fell off of the structure, you would straight up die.
That was not high enough.
That was not high enough. And basically create your own, you know, sky maps and stuff up in the sky, or work with some of the ground stuff they have here, or you could just create your sky stuff over the water, which would guarantee that people will die because they'd be down here.
Spartans don't know how to swim.
Spartans cannot swim, and I think that's going to do it.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty healthy overview.
Yeah, that is Halo Reach.
All right.
Yeah, which is out the 14th.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out. Review up on the site as well, talking a little more specifically about some of the different modes. But this should give you a really good indication of what this game's all about. And I think at this point, I think a lot of people have made up their mind about whether they are Halo people or not.
Right.
And if you are not a Halo person, like, no surprise here. This is not necessarily going to win you over.
Right.
But it is definitely a well-made game, and I think a really fitting end to Bungie's involvement with the series. So.
All right.
Cool.
Very cool.